So welcome to Transforming Abundance Block series. We are going to reveal the next most common abundance block that I've come across in my years of coaching, mentoring, healing, those heart-centered business owners, conscious leaders, entrepreneurs, visionaries, change makers. The most common abundance block that come up when you are taking action in your business and in your life, guided by your heart, by your soul, by your intuition, by your inner guidance, by your deep inner knowing. As you start to take action, as you start to pave these new pathways, plant those seeds of creation, you are going to come up against what I lovingly call your abundance blocks. It's part of the journey. And it helps to bring consciousness to the unconscious, to put a spotlight on the shadow, because these abundance blocks are often running you unconsciously. They are affecting your business, your bank account, your body, your life in ways that you may not be consciously aware of. So I am here as the shadow worker to bring a light to the shadow to help you transform and be able to take that powerful aligned action in your business and your life, guided by your heart, your inner wisdom, your higher self, your soul. So the next most common abundance block that comes up for beautiful leaders, business owners, entrepreneurs is the fear of loss. The fear of loss. When you are welcoming in that seed of consciousness, those ideas, those visions, those desires, what comes up? What comes up? So often the fear of loss comes up. So when you're about to claim what it is that you truly desire or really go for that vision, we fear losing. We fear what we're going to have to lose or let go of as we rise into the next level of your purpose, your power, your prosperity. So I'd like you to think about, when you think about taking action in your business, or you welcoming that next level of money into your life, following your heart and soul, what do you fear losing? What do you fear losing? I'd like you to breathe into that and sit with that question. And I would like you to journal on that question, because we want to expose your fears so we can work with them consciously, so they're not unconsciously impacting your action in your business and your life. What do you fear losing when you think about taking that bold, courageous, aligned action that you know is right, that you know is your next level? I'd like to share vulnerably with you that what came up over and over again for me as I was taking that next wobbly, vulnerable step in my business was the fear of losing my husband and the fear of losing my children. These were the two big ones for me. I had this core belief or fear that if I go for the life that I desire, that feels aligned with my heart, my husband will leave me and I'll have to leave my children. Now, I was working with this very consciously over many years. And what I uncovered there was that some of you know part of my trauma story is that when my godmother committed suicide when I was 12, my mother went into a very deep depression, and a lot of her old trauma surfaced that she'd never looked at. And one of the things that happened was when I was 14 years old, I came home one day to discover that my mom had left. She'd gone and taken half of the stuff in the house, and there was no preparation, no warning, very traumatic. And later she told me that she knew that myself and my sisters had a great purpose in this life, and that if she stayed with my dad, we wouldn't be able to fulfill that purpose. So she had to leave my dad in order for us to fulfill our purpose. And I really took that on board, and I thought, okay, that kind of made sense to me. And so what happened when I was being guided into a new level in my life, I had this belief slash fear that I was going to have to do the same thing that my mom felt she had to do. And I got very clear. I remember kind of arguing with the universe saying, I will not leave my children to follow this path. It was my absolute, like, this will not happen. I'm not going to do that to my kids. But what was very interesting for me as I was journeying through these fears or these beliefs that if I follow my path, I'm going to either lose my husband or he'll leave me and I'll have to leave my children, was actually there was old trauma and wounding that I was moving through and sifting through as I was rising into my next level. And actually, the opposite was true, that as I've been rising into my purpose, I've become closer. My marriage has become better and stronger. And my relationship with my children become better and stronger. And we've been growing and evolving as a unit, as a family unit, with a lot of conscious work behind the scenes, right? It doesn't happen accidentally. And so what I realized is this fear of loss was a fear that was also wrapped up in old trauma. And this is one of the reasons why I love this work of creating heart and soul, body-led, earth-led businesses, is because part of this journey is not only seed planting for the future, but it's also healing the past. It's healing the trauma from your own life, from your ancestors, from your family lineage, and the collective consciousness as well. We're on a deep, powerful inner journey of healing and transformation as we rise into that next level and start to create new pathways and plant seeds for, the future of your life, but also future generations. So it's really important to identify what's going on so we can go on that healing journey. But having said that, when we hit up against those abundance blocks, the fear of loss, it feels so real. I was absolutely convinced that if I keep going, either my marriage will end or my husband will leave me, or maybe I'll leave my husband, right? As an example. It was a fear that felt very, very real. So every time I was taking action in my business, I'd be hitting up against that fear. So what happens? What happens when you are hitting up against your abundance block, the fear of loss? What is the impact of that? What is the cost of that? It's really important to identify because often it's unconscious. So what is the fear of loss creating in your life, in your business? What is the fear of loss creating in your business, particularly around action? I would like you to sit with that question. Meditate on that question. Journal on that question. How is the fear of loss impacting your business, but in particular, the action in your business? So spend some time with that question. From my experience, what happens is we lose our focus, lose our attention, we get distracted, right? We're not able to move forward. These abundance blocks pull us back, keep us in the known, keep us in our comfort zone. That sense maybe of, bashing up against a brick wall, not being able to move through to that next level. It can have a very big impact, but I'd really like you to tune in. How is this manifesting? How is this fear of loss manifesting in your life, in your business? So let's just take a deep breath into that. And we want to welcome it, witness it with love, with safety, with compassion, because this is very tender. It's very vulnerable. It may be where trauma is lying. So it really needs to be held. We're not going into transforming abundance blocks from trying to change or get rid of. We're going in with a loving spotlight, witnessing, observing, holding a safe space so that it can start to dissolve. The old story, the old grips can start to transform in time. Now, having said all that, as you journey forward, there will be things that you need to let go of. There will be old ways of being, old ways of working, old ways of doing that will need to change. And yet, what's so confronting from our mind is we don't know what that looks like. It's the unknown. And part of us really fears the unknown. So we take one gentle, courageous, wobbly step at a time, moving through and transforming through these abundance blocks. But often what I found is it's not really what the fear thinks is going to happen. But yes, there may be things you do need to let go of, but they're often not in the ways that you think. So yes, there will be letting go. Yes, there will be change, but it doesn't need to be on the level that the fear thinks it's going to happen, right? Our mind can only know what it's already experienced. And yet, yeah, we're taking a risk every time of letting go, of losing. And we don't know what that's going to look like. So it takes incredible courage. And it takes a lot of vision as well to keep going forward, right? To keep moving forward. So thank you. Thank you. I would love to hear, I'd love to know how your fear of loss is showing up, how it's manifesting for you. And let's bring a really loving spotlight to that now. So I would like to take you on a journey. I call them abundance activations or a healing session, a guided meditation, if you like, to support you with this fear of loss. So I'd like to invite you to close your eyes, to get nice and comfortable. And we're going to journey with this abundance block now, to support you with releasing, transforming this abundance block. Thank you. So let's breathe into the body. Let's breathe into your beautiful body. And I'd like to welcome this fear of loss into the safety of this space, into the safety of this session. We're bringing through a beautiful, loving energy, a healing energy, a supportive energy to wrap around this fear of loss. We are scooping you up and holding you, bringing you the holding support that you need in order to courageously journey through and forward. So I would like you to see, feel, imagine, know this beautiful healing energy coming around you and under you and into your body, scooping you up, holding you, supporting you, knowing that you are loved, you are held, you are supported as you journey through. And let's bring in a lot of compassion of how confronting it is to face the fear of loss, to let go perhaps of the old ways of being, the old ways of doing, those familiar habits and patterns. Let's breathe in all the love and support. It's going to hold you to help you feel safe and held and met to transform this fear of loss. And yes, in the moment for the mind, it feels risky. So we're going to call on that courage to breathe in and welcome in. So first we welcome, we acknowledge, we witness, we're breathing in all the support into your body, around you, under you, and through you. We're going to give your body permission and tell your body it is safe to let go. It is safe to transform this fear of loss. We're going to invite your body to surrender and to relax into this fear of loss, taking a risk of letting go completely, understanding that this fear doesn't have to be your reality. We want to transform the fear so we can find greater freedom and flow and movement within your purpose. So with love, with beautiful deep breaths into your body, I'm going to invite you to release and let go with the exhale. Releasing, letting go of this fear of loss. And at the same time, scooping up, breathing in to receive all of that love and support that's with you now. That there's so much to receive, so much to gain beyond this fear that your mind cannot see yet. You're going to breathe in all that's here for you, all that's here for you, as you release and let go of the old patterns and programs, the fear of loss. We breathe to receive. We exhale to release. Breathe to receive. And exhale to release. Holding, loving that fear of loss. To courageously surrender and let go into the unknown. Knowing that you're being caught, supported, guided, led by your heart, by your soul, by the earth, and so much more. You're releasing and letting go of the old wounded patterns and programs that are no longer aligned with where you're going. So we're lovingly releasing the pain from the past. Breathing in to receive your new aligned future. Releasing and letting go, allowing your nervous system, your energy system to relax, to let go, to realign, to rewire, to receive your next level as we release and let go of the old. Breathe in. Exhaling as you relax and let go. And as you release the fear of loss, let's breathe to receive what is here for you. As you courageously let go, release the fear, let's welcoming in what's here for you, what's growing from this space and place. And let's give thanks to your body and yourself for your courage and your willingness to go through this process today. And one of my favorite questions is to ask, what support do you need? What support do you need to hold you, to help you through transforming this fear of loss, to continue journeying with these abundance blocks as they arise? What support do you need? Let's breathe in and listen, tune in to what that is for you. And please write it down. Please write down any insights, any awarenesses that have come through. You may wish to meditate further on some of these questions, journal on some of these questions. As you have the courage to stay present with your abundance blocks, to work with them, to support them, they will begin to transform. They will soften, they'll loosen their grip, and it will create space for you to be able to move forward, to take that aligned action, to open up, to receive, to tap into your power of creation. Thank you. I honor you, all of you, as you take this courageous journey in your business and your life. And I look forward to connecting with you next time to reveal the next most common abundance block for conscious leaders, business owners, entrepreneurs, visionaries, and change makers.